Hello, welcome to my studio. Today's Tuesday tip is all about writing. Let's get right in it. Hi, do you want to write a character that is well balanced, that grips your reader's heartstrings and gets them to stay with your story till the end? Well, here's some things that you can do to avoid flat two-dimensional characters. First off, after picking your characters, think about all the type of characters that you're going to have in your story, the main ones. These are the star players. These are the key roles in your story. These aren't the side plot people. These are the main characters. You're going to get to know these characters as best as you can. You're going to be able to write about someone that you know a lot about. Even if this person is made up, you make them up. You get to create whatever story you want for them. Backstory, how they behave, how they act. And that leads us into step 3, is you are going to make your character believable and readable and grip your reader's heartstrings by making them a character that seems realistic. Whether you're writing a fiction or fantasy, nonfiction, you can have a scene, a story, a character be believable and relatable because you're putting some realistic key elements in it that are going to reflect real life. So I have read a lot of beginner novels, and I have read a lot of first works by writers, and something that I notice with them is that their characters were very flat and two-dimensional. And what I mean by that is that they... Have you ever heard that term from Peter Pan that fairies could only hold one emotion at a time because they're so little? That's kind of what I think about with these characters, with writers that are just starting out, is that they make these characters that are just stuck and this is how they are. This is a character that's always shouting and always has exclamation points at the end of their sentences, and this character is the bad guy that always makes the worst terrible choices ever, and it's so predictable. And then there's the good guy who's just so ultimately good that he's also extremely predictable because he's going to always make the right choice because he's inherently perfect, just like the bad guy is inherently evil. And that's not really believable, and that's not really how the real world works. Now, unless your character is a psychopath or a sociopath, it's not likely that they are inherently evil. So aside from that, if you have characters like that, then yes, they will be inherently evil and bad, but they are still human and they're still capable of making choices that might end up benefiting someone else inadvertently. Now, your bad guy is most often going to just be a regular human that isn't a psychopath, that isn't a sociopath, and your good guy isn't going to be just this picture perfect person who has no flaws whatsoever. That is not relatable, and your story might get read, but it'll be a story that's easily forgotten and one that doesn't necessarily stand the test of time if people can't really get behind it and get really excited about it, because it's hard to get emotionally invest in a story that has flat scenes and flat characters. Characters change over time, and the things that they go through is going to change them as people, whether they're good or bad. And no matter what type of character they are, they're capable of making good choices and they're capable of making bad choices. They need to be human. And don't mistake me here whenever I'm saying human. Obviously, if you're writing a fantasy and there is like a humanoid or sentient type beings, I say human, that covers everything. I still mean them. that's still included in all this. So again, just to reiterate, you're going to get to know these characters, and as you're getting to know them, realize that they are human and they are capable of good and bad. Give them some character arcs in the story. Give them some ways to show different facets of their character. They're not just going to be stuck in one emotion. They're not going to be just stuck in one state of being. People ebb and flow. We all have personalities, and we all show different facets of our personalities depending on how we're feeling in the situation. And that's what's truly believable, and that's what's truly going to get your readers to believe in your character, is when you pepper those kind of things in. Comment below if you have any questions about how to develop your characters in a relatable way. Maybe if I get enough feedback, I can make another video going into even more depth about it. But for the brevity of the video, I wanted to be as short but on point as possible. But if you have any questions about character development, please shoot me a message or comment below. And don't forget to like this video if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. We have an okay time here, and I alternate my writing and art tips. So if you want to learn more tips about writing or learn tips about art, then please hit that notification icon so that you do not miss an episode. And I will see you next week. Bye.